Bot here, sorry. So Kelly Martin from the Office of Child Development was hired and commissioned by APOST a couple months ago to look at the funding inventory. This was once done in 2010, but had lacked some of the information we wanted and we thought was critical to after school. So in 2014, we said we had hired the Office of Child Development to do some research and update the funding report that will be presented here. The Office of Child Development is a university community partnership dedicated to improving the lives of children, youth, and families. Through interdisciplinary collaborations across research, practice, and policy, they strive to turn knowledge into action and respond creatively and collaboratively to the challenges facing children in Pittsburgh and around the world. Kelly Martin will be here to present. Bob McCall, who's also with the University of Pittsburgh, is in the crowd, so if you have technical questions, he's happy to answer those at the end as well. Kelly, please come up.
Good morning, everyone. I'll figure out tech problems here with my enable some content. I'm here to talk about the funding of after-school time in Allegheny County. So we just want to say, on behalf of the University of Pittsburgh Office of Child Development, thank you to Mila, APOST, the United Way for bringing us all together here today. And thank you to Jen and Emily for your reports. Seems like we were really working on the same thing at the same time, and it was really interesting to hear those kind of as an introduction here. APOST asked us to inventory all of the funding that supports after-school and out-of-school time programming in Allegheny County in fiscal year 12-13. So it was our job to summarize the major federal, state, local, and private dollars. So basically we're looking at how much money do we have and where does it come from. And as Mila had mentioned, the first version of this report was done in 2010. So another purpose of this report was to compare to that original report. Notice trends in funding increases or decreases. And although it's not a perfect comparison, we do want to point out that the scope of this report has increased. So as far as where we fit in with current OST research trends, so current research trends have been looking at impact, access, and cost. And we don't need to go into too much detail here with impact. You guys know the benefits of out-of-school time, improving student performance, both behavioral outcomes, academic outcomes, reductions in absences, increases in self-efficacy, the list goes on. We also know that participation can narrow the achievement gap, so low-income kids are able to catch up to their high-income peers when they participate in after-school programs. And these impacts can be amplified when youth are participating consistently, when they report that they have a good time at the program, and when the staff are positive, caring, and sensitive. As far as access goes, I think these ladies did a better job than I did looking at this data, because this is 2009 data actually for the America After 3 p.m. I was told that the America After 3 p.m. data were fresh as of a couple days ago, so you're looking at the 09 data here, and we heard from Jen that it's now actually 18% of youth nationally are accessing after-school programs after 3 p.m. 25% participate in what they label as self-care. I'm not sure if that number changed from 09 to 14, but that's what it was in 09. And possibly most pertinent to this symposium today and the other data that Jen and Emily presented, 38% nationally would attend an after-school program if it were available. So then where does our funding inventory fit in with the research trends as far as cost? So looking again to the America After 3 p.m. report, and as well as recent research from the Wallace Foundation, we can get an average cost of about $3,500 per year. And that's fairly conservative, so that's programming for the youngest kids, and that's a year-round service, but taken into account at the after-school rate, so we're not taking into account the summer rate, which would actually bump it up a little bit more. And then if we put that into context in Allegheny County, again, the other reports go into a little bit more detail than this, but we just did a quick estimate of about 27,000 youth who are living below 100% of the poverty line here in Allegheny County, based on the United Way's needs assessment. So if we do a quick formula, again, it's not perfect, but we're looking at a need of about $95 million to provide quality year-round after-school and summer programming for those youth. So the first part in our project was to make sure we were working with the correct definition of OST or after-school programming. So like you guys know, that's structured activities. They're overseen by engaged and adult mentors. And there's an expectation of regular attendance, and they're provided at a school or a center-based facility. We went a step further in this report. This is one of the main differences from the 2010 report to this one. We tried to classify out-of-school time or after-school programs a little bit more specifically. So a standard out-of-school time program, this is what you might think of as a typical after-school program. So kids are spending at least 12 hours a week there during the school year, or if it's a summer program, they're spending at least 5 hours a day, 5 days per week for at least 5 or more weeks in the summer. And then we also tracked enrichment out-of-school time programming. So this just means those programs fit the same criteria we saw on the slide before. However, the youth are just participating less frequently. An example of this would be like a mentoring program. Our data collection methods, we communicated with government officials at the state level, the county level, the local level,